So, I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I'm back with some more content. I just thought I should get the elephant in the room out of the way and apologize for being 2 months late. Holy crap! Yeah, well, anyways, I just thought I should get the elephant in the room out of the way and apologize for being 2 months late on a video. I was just super busy these past couple of months, genuinely not wanting to do it. But I'm here. And today, we're talking about FIFA! FIFA is one of the most widely played and enjoyed sporting games in the world, with great graphics, lovely aesthetic design, and some of the greatest rage compilations on YouTube.
Sweetie pie!
There's really nothing you can hate about this game, and I find it incredible how they're able to roll out such high quality and unique gameplay features each year with the same consistency. Plus, why play actual sports when you can play a video game? I mean, this and this, they're like basically the same thing. Jokes aside, in my personal opinion, the gradual development of the FIFA games over the years has been a testament to the capacity with which the human race can roll out content in a globalized world, and it has been an honor to witness and follow up with its gradual development and gameplay features over the last few years. God, I'm such a nerd. Every year, FIFA selects an athlete to be on the cover of the game. If chosen for the cover of FIFA, most cases suggest that your fame and money are about to increase tenfold. Stars like Lionel Messi, Ronaldinho, David Beckham, and Dennis Bergkamp have been some of the lucky footballers to grace the cover of the iconic video game. The cover appearance is considered an honor, and almost indirectly crowns you as one of the best players of the last year, if FIFA were to request your presence on it. But lately, the prestigious and coveted prize of being on the video game's cover has turned into something much more ugly. Fans have started noticing an eerie pattern associated with an appearance on the cover. Since FIFA 17, every footballer to appear on the cover has gone through some trauma in their actual playing careers. Big-name players have been sidelined and have even had their careers ruined by injury or random strange behavioral changes. Eden Hazard, Marco Reus, and even Cristiano Ronaldo will tell you about it. It started out as a mere coincidence, but now fans are starting to think it's a curse. However, one can't help but wonder if there's any factual basis to the conspiracies, or has Jim at the Burnley pub been cooking up his drunken stories yet again? Today, we're looking at the FIFA cover curse. Roll back the clock to the 2015-2016 season and Marco Reus is tearing up the footballing world. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. With 23 goals and 43 appearances across all competitions for Dortmund and a multitude of assists, Reus was at the peak of his game. His amazing form helped him fend off the competition from James Rodriguez and Heinrich Mkhitaryan that year, and quite inevitably, he was named the cover athlete for FIFA 17 in early 2016. But this aforementioned naming coincided with a severe injury and a tear in his abductor muscle in the final of the German Cup against Bayern Munich. The injury left him sidelined for 6 months and unable to participate in the European Championships that were held that year. Ever since then, Reus hasn't been the same. He hasn't been able to capitalize on his ability and hasn't played up to his full potential. The statistics in his next season took a huge downward spiral. He played as a substitute for the German national team during the World Cup and was forced to pull himself out of Euro 2021, responding to the need of a break for his body. No one has ever doubted Marco Reus's talent, but the injury that changed his life will always haunt him forever, and this is why he is the first athlete of the streak to get affected by the FIFA cover curse. The next person to be called up for the honor of an appearance on the FIFA cover was Cristiano Ronaldo. FIFA 18 was the first of its kind and the first time that the game had played around with the idea of hypermotion. With Ronaldo as the face of the video game, sales were through the roof. However, during his reign on its cover, the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner surprised the whole world as he left Real Madrid all of a sudden and joined Juventus in the summer of 2018, just after the World Cup. Even though his individual stats were still amazing, Ronaldo's Juventus run didn't see him past the quarterfinals of the Champions League in 3 years, and in his last season at the club, Juventus failed to get into the top 3 of the Serie A table, finishing behind Inter, AC Milan, and Atalanta. Eventually, Ronaldo moved to Manchester United, where his scoring rate has tapered off. His numbers are nowhere close to where they used to be, and the dude keeps on passing. Wait, what? The following year was a double, or even a quadruple whammy if you will. Ronaldo was made the cover athlete for FIFA 19 in succession to his reception of the FIFA 18 honors last time. But curse worked a little too fast that year, and the mantle was quickly taken away from him before the game even released, after the infamous allegations of rape against the Portuguese striker. Instead, Kevin De Bruyne, Paulo Dybala, and Neymar Jr. were given the honors of being the joint face of the video game. The game was a rousing success now, with more developed graphics and a very realistic Champions League feature. As for the players on the cover, they weren't spared. Neymar suffered an injury that forced him to skip the Copa America. Dybala had gotten into fights with the Juventus managerial staff and was on the verge of leaving the club due to the imminent shadow he was living under. I'll let you take a wild guess as to whose it was. Even one of the greatest midfielders in the world at the time, Kevin De Bruyne, suffered a subpar season for Manchester City that year. And with that, FIFA 19 marks the third game in the series of the cover curse. After a controversy involving Neymar and his removal from the cover of the game, FIFA 20's cover saw Eden Hazard as its crown jewel of marketing. The Chelsea star flourished at Stamford Bridge but was closely linked with a transfer to Real Madrid, and the fiery Belgian striker wasted no time booking his flight to the Santiago Bernabeu. He soon became one of the Galacticos. What started out as a dream became a nightmare for Hazard. His 2019-2020 season was one marred by injuries and behavioral challenges. He let himself go at Madrid, and all of a sudden he was putting on weight, skipping training sessions, and slowly becoming more and more voracious in his fights with the Madridistas. He went from celebrating amazing goals at Stamford Bridge to celebrating his favorite toy and a Happy Meal. Long story short, the situation was pretty bad. Lack of professionalism saw him begging to go back to Chelsea, but that never happened. Now, however, Hazard is getting more and more on track to revive his career and has dropped all of his old habits. We'll take some time to see what the future holds for the lightning fast striker, but for now, his appearance marks the fourth installment of the FIFA cover curse. There's no doubt that our next athlete was bound to get an appearance on FIFA at some point or the other, and the level of commercialism that the game had attained pushed its developers on even further to select Kylian Mbappe as the face of FIFA 21. Mbappe was having a dream year for Paris Saint-Germain. The World Cup winning Frenchman was the next big thing in football, and he represented hope that French football hadn't seen for a long time. On Wednesday, July 23, 2020, Kylian was voted for the cover of the game, and on Friday, July 25th, he left the Parc des Princes in crutches thanks to a horrible knee injury in the Coupe de France against Saint-Etienne. It put his Champions League participation in doubt that year and left him sidelined for many matches across all competitions. His absence was noted as Paris failed to win Ligue 1 for the first time in 4 years. By this time, fans didn't doubt the curse and were starting to wonder if it was actually real. Articles, news pieces, internet forums, all were bustling because these 5 games weren't the only ones to pop up and cause player discrepancy. Fans started worrying about early examples of the curse dating back all the way to the 90s, like that of FIFA 98 Road to the World Cup featuring David Beckham on the cover. In the actual 1998 World Cup, Beckham was sent off after a controversial and quite well-known kick to the ankle of Diego Simeone. But come on man, really? Joe Hart was struck by the curse after appearing on FIFA 13. He went from being Manchester's indispensable first-string keeper to a substitute at Burnley. Remember how I talked about Dennis Bergkamp being on the cover once? That was FIFA 99. The 1998-1999 season was one of the worst of his career statistically, and shortly after that he retired from all forms of football. There are so many more examples of the curse striking players other than these major ones. Kaká in FIFA 11, Theo Walcott in FIFA 10, Henderson in FIFA 16, the facts are hard to ignore. The FIFA cover curse is a weird phenomenon, and it's not really something that I feel people should dismiss too easily. I'm not a conspiracist myself, so don't go crazy in the comments. Oh wait, I have 34 subscribers? But I don't feel like getting rid of the theory by any means. Maybe the cover gets to players' heads and they let off their game. Maybe it makes them more reckless, I don't know. But what I do know is that this dynamic is kinda weird. So far, nothing bad has happened to the latest cover athlete, Kylian Mbappe, who's been successfully retained by EA game developers for FIFA 22. But I don't know, something's fishy. Realists would like to argue that nothing happened to Messi and he was on the cover of the game 4 times? But I mean, come on, he's Messi. For now, let's just file it under crazy stuff and call it a day. Anyways, I enjoyed my return after a long break. That concludes this volume of Solely Soccer. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. To be honest, there isn't much in it for you, but if you like the content, then why not? I'm not here to force you. Regardless, this is me, signing off. Until next time.